morning. I'm here. Gonna be doing something a little bit different today. My neighbor asked me to get my skid loader running and do a little bit of digging so the erosion doesn't wash into his yard when it rains. So I'm gonna do that, and while I have the skid loader running, I thought, you know what, I might as well get these ends of these culverts backfilled, because it is continuing to wash away, and if I don't get it taken care of, I don't know, I don't want it to start washing from the top of the road. So that's what I'm gonna be working on. The first step is to get the skid loader running. It has this problem where it dies on its own a lot, so I get to well, I disconnected the batteries last time I used it, so hopefully when I connect the batteries up, it'll start. But that's asking for a small miracle, I think. We shall see. All right, so I got the battery terminals hooked up, the blue to the red and the green to the orange, or whatever the orientation is. No, red on red and black on black. But check the oil, topped off the diesel fluid. I didn't top it off, I just put what I had left in there. Managed to get diesel on my hands and tried to wash it off with dirt, I guess, or something. And now it's a big moment. This moment's been in videos before. It made a noise. I haven't ran this in like a month and a half. It says I have 11.2 volts of electricity. Let's see what happens. Oh, yeah, so 11.3. It's flashing stop, this weird like wheel with gears and an oil drop on it, and a seatbelt buckle light, and the battery light's on also. That means we're good to go. Yeah, this skid loader doesn't have a parking brake, so as soon as I start it, it starts moving. So I'm gonna go get the bucket attachment, put on the skid loader. I got to run and get a shovel and some other supplies. I'm going to run a piece of drain tile across here, then up over the culvert, and then out that side. I'm getting a load of 3/4 inch crushed, or yeah, I guess, well, it's kind of ground, I don't know, 3/4 inch clean concrete, and I'm gonna backfill around that drain tile, cover it with yard fabric, and then backfill with dirt. Oh, and I gotta get a sawzall and cut this lumber out. The drain tile should fill up most of that void, then I'll put maybe some big rocks around it to keep dirt from just continuously, or rocks continuously from falling out those holes. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. So I gotta try to remove this. This was used as spacers resting on top of the culvert to hold the forms up, so I don't know how well this is gonna come out of here. It's probably gonna be pretty tight. All right, so I got all the wood, scrap lumber cleared out from around this. I need to carry it all to the dumpster. And then on the back side, I don't know how thorough I'll be, but I'm gonna try to kind of dig a trench along the wall to get that drain tile lower along here, and then on that side as well. So once this side's done, then I'm on to the other side. This side will be easier. Obviously, I don't need to hardly dig any dirt away down there, and then here I have more space to dig. So okay, so I have it all dug out like I need on both sides, and now I just need to have industrial grade yard fabric or landscape fabric. I'm gonna drape it down along the bottom of my trench, then kind of up on the embankment. Then I have 3/4 inch clean crushed concrete. I need it clean so that as water filtrates through the crushed concrete, there's not a lot of dirt left on the concrete to then wash into the drain tile and plug the drain tile. The drain tile is going to be perforated 4-inch drain tile. So yeah, drape the fabric in here, up onto the bank here, staple it temporarily with yard staples, put clean gravel, or put the drain tile in along the bottom, then the clean gravel on top of that, and then I'm not going to fill this whole thing with clean gravel, most of it probably, but I'll put the clean gravel in, fold my fabric this way, put some dirt behind, then fold it back, put more clean gravel, and go back and forth on these wider trenches. On that side where it's real narrow, I'm just going to fill it all the way full with the clean rock. So I'm going to, even though this trench is about 4 to 4.5 foot deep, I'm going to have a 6-foot yard fabric. That way when I get to the end or close to the top, I can take that yard fabric and fold it over the top of the clean gravel. So then I can put 6 inches of dirt on top of the yard fabric to facilitate roots of grass. So grass can be planted on top of it. That's kind of what's next on the agenda. I'm gonna go see if I can't find some water up at the house, before I move on to the next step with that yard fabric. All right, so that's laid out now, and just gotta do the same thing on this other side here, and then I can start backfilling. As you can see here on the end of the culvert, right in there, it's a mighty big hole, and the rock will just kind of rush right out through there. So I'm going to get chunks of concrete that I have to kind of pack that in so the 3/4 inch clean can't escape. through those holes. That side's not so bad, but that side is pretty atrocious. All right, so I made it back out here. Went home for lunch and saw that found out my garage doors. Let's see, I think like April 11th or April 13th was a date that the garage door delivery was pushed back to. And then they pushed it back to the end of April and then the beginning of May. And then I looked this morning and it said my order for the garage doors was canceled. And I didn't cancel it, so called in, blah, blah, blah. They had to call the company, yada, yada, yada. And now it's May 23rd. My garage doors might get here May 23rd. Apparently, there are shortages in this country due to, what do they call it, unprecedented, ridiculous, supposed pandemical situations. I don't know. Yeah, that are affecting this house build a little bit, but we're getting by. So anyways, I have the yard fabric all laid out, the drain tile, and this is my, don't look at the dirt part there. I guess there was some dirt in the dump truck, but this is my 3/4 inch clean rock. I probably would have preferred 1 inch, but I forgot that it was 1 inch that I wanted, so 3/4 came because that's what I requested. So basically the largest rock size is going to be 3/4 inch in diameter. The reason why I'm drain tiling behind just these, I don't know, aesthetically, I don't know, these walls that I put in around the culvert, is because, I mean, I could just fill it with dirt and call it good, but moisture is going to get in that dirt and it's going to freeze and thaw and it's going to move, and it might move a little less if I run drain tile and proper drainage behind it. You do it behind a retaining wall so that the dirt doesn't push out in the retaining wall. So I'm doing the same thing behind this, so hopefully it looks nice for a long, long time. So gotta hop in the skid loader, hopefully it starts up, and we're gonna start on this side because it's the easiest. It's basically just fill the whole thing up with rock and then run another layer of yard fabric on top and bury it in dirt. So I'm done for today. I did get the rest of the dirt backfilled. It's just a rough backfill. It's gonna rain for like the next week, so it'll settle as it may. I think it'll settle quite a bit actually, because I didn't pack it at all. Here's the other side. Just kind of comes on around. And then I went ahead and
Did a rough grade on either side of the lane. My thought is I will plant seed next week or after the rain stops, just so that it just gets the lane taken care of. I think I do need to run a trencher down the lane to bury some conduit, but I'll probably hold off on doing that and then just plant more seed where I need to for that. I'm gonna plant brome. That's what the neighbor said I should plant, which is all right. I was gonna plant some native grasses to match what he did here, but he said he did not care if I just did brome. And brome is a good grass to plant because it is invasive. So brome keeps all other grasses to a minimum, pushes them out, and also a lot of weeds. So it's a very hardy grass. I don't really want to mow all this, so brome would serve me well as far as I can tell. So might get that taken care of next week, and then plant grass seed around these culverts just to keep the erosion at bay, because I can. I have a rough grade, and that's all really I need if I'm not going to be mowing it. I got softball tonight, so I'm going to head out. It's supposed to start raining tonight and rain for several days, so we'll see how these culverts hold up. I think it's nice that they're there and it's not just dirt dropping off. It'll take my lane, facilitate my lane being a little wider around this curve, and kind of hold the lane together a lot better. So, all right, I'm back. And slight change of plans. I'm gonna be planting grass seed today around the culverts and down the lane. Also gonna get some sun, I hope. But just trying to get some grass seed established before it gets too hot in the summer. So have about 100 pounds of seed, 50 pounds of oats, and 40 pounds of fertilizer to spread around. Alright, so spent about an hour raking to prep, then spread oats, and then spread fertilizer, and then spread seed. And then my mom brought a four-wheeler and a hog panel gate, and we use that to go over the top to kind of brush the seed underneath the soil just a little bit. And then now, well, then I also spread a little bit of straw here at the culvert, on the other side, and then up there at the entrance and at the other culvert. And now we just hope for rain. It's supposed to rain. There's a chance of rain every single day for the next 10 days. So chances of rain are pretty good, so that's encouraging. But I think anyways, I'm going to take my mom up on an offer of her and kiddos coming out and spreading 15 bales of straw over the majority of the dirt, so it just provides a nice blanket, or a nice blanket on the seeds, so the seeds don't dry out and you have a nice damp environment for the seeds to grow. Straw is pricey. I think when I bought it 2 years ago it was $6 or $5 a bale, and now the gentleman's asking $10 a bale for straw. So that's all right. I mean, it'll work just as well. I mean, it'll be good. I do want the grass to come in well, so I need to put in the money and the time to do that. So I made it here. Bit of a dreary day, and when I made it here, well, Builder Supply bought cabinets this morning. I went to Builder Supply. Then I went home, took a nap, had lunch, then ran a few errands and bought straw, made it back here. Someone showed up that wanted to see the house, so it took like 30 minutes to show them the house, and now we're just spreading straw. It's supposed to rain like every day for the next week solid, but after that, it's summertime, it's gonna get warm, and the grass seed that I planted will do so much better if it has a nice nice blanket of straw over it. Just something to kind of keep the moisture in the ground a little bit longer. So I have 3 of my sisters, Naomi, Chloe, and Magdalene, helping me today. And I think we're gonna run out of straw. About 10 bales, and I think I'm gonna need a couple more. So that's it with spreading straw. Didn't take too long, maybe an hour. Now it got really muggy and hot. It was like it stopped raining and a tiny bit of sun. Tiny bit of sun poked through the clouds. Ugh. But we're gonna go into the house and maybe see about having them put some insulation in the walls. More itchy work. It's nice to get all the itchy work done in one day, I think. Well, some of all the itchy work done in one day.